was a beautiful day on the hidden railway, but it wasn't for Brown. Icon was making fun of him for managing horribly. Brown has been frustrated that he couldn't run properly, and one passenger was complaining. Ha, said Icon. Every morning this was happening. Then Icon's friend Fast Crab, who's a car, would show up to talk and would make fun of Brown. Eventually, Brown got really fed up. Shut up and stop, he screamed. Oh, said Icon, so the loser finally says something and sticks up for himself. Okay, said Fast Crab, don't be too mean. I stood up for myself because now I can show you how fast I can go. I've been fixed, said Brown. See ya! Soon, when he returned, Icon was shunting on the siding and was surprised and speechless. So am I so funny now? Asked Brown with a smart face. Fast Crab was also very surprised. Icon said nothing and just stood there while Brown waited at the station, happy of how he showed Icon up. One day on the hidden railway, Icon was talking to Fast Crab, his friend who is a car, and was telling him things. Pierre has been saying that he can do all the important and tough jobs, like going through a thunderstorm with a full train. All this talk made Icon very jealous. He went on his way to see Pierre. Hey, he said to Pierre, I can do important jobs too. No, you can't, said Pierre. You're too small for them. I'm a wise engine. We don't want you getting yourself into trouble. Never mind, Icon. Icon did mind, and that night went on the line Pierre went on to do the job at night. He was nearly there when his wheels went crazy on the slippery rails. Icon was okay, but he now knew to be more careful. Next morning, Brown and Pierre laughed after hearing the news. Brown was getting ready to pull his train. Soon, Icon rolled up. Icon, that was funny. You're a worthless engine. Shut up, said Icon, as he was rolling back on the siding because his driver had his engine on and was going back. Because the rails were slippery, he couldn't stop. His driver was pulling the brakes, but his wheels kept sliding. Help! Help! Soon it was all over, and Icon was off the rails behind a truck. Ugh, said Icon. Hey, said the truck, you're behind me like you want to get loaded on me, laughed the truck. Brown laughed as his engine started up and said, Bye, Icon, the little worthless engine. And Icon became as silent as the ground. All kinds of ships use the harbor on the hidden railway. They all bring goods and other things. One day, Pierre was waiting at the harbor for his train to be loaded and ready, then went back and moved to the right line, and soon was off down the line. When Pierre's driver stopped to switch the points, Pierre noticed a van on the siding. The van had a few cracks and bumps on it. The driver went to ask the station master about why the van was on the siding and had cracks on it. Soon he came back and told Brown why, because the van hasn't been used for years and it's getting old from sitting there. Soon they will cut it up and it will be scrapped. Unfortunately. It's a shame, said Pierre as he went through the beautiful countryside. Next morning, Pierre was sad in his shed when he woke up thinking about the van that was going to be scrapped. Soon his driver said he would go ask if they could purchase the van for the railway. I'll also ask if we can make the van as good as new. Hopefully. Later that day, Pierre's shed flung back open and his driver said, "Pierre, we did it." The station master agreed. We have saved the van from being scrapped. And soon Pierre collected the van and gave it a nice ride to the yard. Icon loves the sky. He loves looking at it. Though sometimes when he's looking at the sky, he's not paying attention to where he's going. He can get into trouble, especially in the yard. "Watch out," said Pierre. At night, as Icon is wandering to the shed, he likes to watch the night sky and all the stars. Then when he is in his shed, he can hear the quiet sounds at night of the forest and the animals. But if you listen harder, you can hear the grinning sounds of the scrapyard. Of the dark, miserable souls being cut up in the red light. One day, Icon was looking at the sky and didn't see that part of the power line had broken off, and he bashed right into it. Soon, Icon discovered the wind had knocked down the power lines. Icon rolled down the line, went past a house, and stopped by the forest for a few. Then stopped by the tunnel for a sec and kept going all the way to the station. He started to chat with Fast Crab. "Listen to the nearby forest today?" said Fast Crab in a happy mood. Icon was just looking at the clouds in the sky. Fast Crab decided it was best to leave Icon alone. Icon stared at the sky for the rest of the time he had on his journey back to the yard. Icon was getting ready to be on his way down the line. It was a great day. Meanwhile, Fast Crab was running the road, passing by engines, and soon made it to Icon. Icon, don't go too fast. Do you remember how crazy your wheels get when you go too fast? Icon listened, but after a while, he forgot about it. He went faster. When his driver went to switch the points, he kept going. "No, not again," said Icon. He kept going, and his wheels screeched. The brakes were on, but the speed of the wheels were so fast that the brakes couldn't stop him. "Oof," said Icon. Soon, Fast Crab rolled alongside and saw Icon and said, "Hey, Icon, that's why you listen." And that night, Icon said sorry to Fast Crab. "Hey, Fast Crab, I'm sorry I forgot what you said." "That's okay. You're a good friend, Icon," said Fast Crab. "You just have a lot to learn." In the evening, Pierre pulls his evening train no matter what weather there is. He loves rolling in the sunset to late night. He loves the dark. Hey, Icon, said Pierre. Hi, Pierre, said Icon. Beautiful night tonight? Indeed, said Icon. Soon Pierre stopped at the harbor and went to a turntable and turned himself around for the next half of his evening train. He rolled on through the night. He halts for a minute on the seaside track, then rolls on through the stations. Good job, Pierre, says the controller. And Pierre goes on with his train until midnight.